Hello students and welcome to CertSeries, and today we are going to discuss module-wise weightage, attempts and the exam pattern of Canadian Investment Regulatory Exam by CIRO. Let's start the session. Before starting, let me tell you students, we have prepared CIRE Exam Starter Guide. In this exam starter guide, you'll be getting the detailed syllabus and we have prepared 110 important MCQs, right? Please download it. It's available in free PDF format. It's for free. We are not charging anything for this. Download it for free. Link is available in the description. So let's start the session. So this is the exam pattern of the CIRE exam. There is only one paper. The exam format is remote or in person. The exam duration is 2 hours. Please follow the official guide for this. All the questions are in multiple choice format. There are 110 questions in the exam. The passing marks is not clearly mentioned, right? So it is based upon the marks secured by other students, right? So it is relative marking. Attempts allowed per exam is 3. 3 is a maximum number of attempts allowed per registration. So question style, it's scenario based questions you are going to get, practical compliance situations, clients suitability cases, ethics and regulatory judgment based questions you're going to find. So this is not a memory exam. It tests how you apply the rules. Although you are supposed to remember some of the rules, but this is not a memory based exam. Okay. Moving forward. So learning outcomes as mentioned on the official document, you are supposed to remember facts, definition and rules. So please remember that facts, definition and rules. You are supposed to remember these, right? Other than that, you need to understand the concepts. Conceptual understanding is required. And then you need to apply those concepts. You need to do the calculations, you need to do the interpretation and use that information, right? Then analyze, you need to compare, evaluate, and you need to make conclusions. So module-wise weightage is given in the official document. There are 9 elements. The first one, overview of regulatory framework. 11 questions would be there from this particular element. Then prospective client relationships, 11 questions would be there. Scope of client relationship, 17 questions would be there in the exam. Client complaint handling, 6 questions. Market and company analysis, 9 questions. Market integrity, trade execution and settlement, 13 questions. Securities, managed products and mutual funds, 21 questions and 6 questions from derivatives and 16 questions from conflict of interest and ethics. So as you can see, 9th, 7th and 3rd modules, they are most important from examination point of view. So in the module 1, there will be 11 questions, overview of Canadian Securities Regulatory Framework. You will find questions from CSA, Canadian Securities Administrators, CIRO, Canadian Investment Regulatory Organizations, Securities Law, National Instruments, multilateral instruments, marketplaces, exchanges, ATS, CTPs, crypto asset trading platforms, clearing agencies, CDS, CDCC, AML laws, and then privacy, confidentiality, criminal code, investor protection, right? So we are going to do that. In the second module, there is prospective client relationships. 11 questions would be there in the exam. Focus is client relationship model, the CRM model, retail versus institutional clients, KYC requirements, accredited investors, and then client onboarding, documentation requirements, disclosures, then fees, costs, taxes, impact on returns, role of third parties, power of attorneys, lawyers, accountants. We're going to do that. In the third module, scope of client relationships, it's very important. 17 questions would be there, roughly 17 questions, not exactly. Registered representatives versus investment representative rules, suitability versus appropriateness, know your product, fiduciary duty, trust, agency, account types, advisory, discretionary, managed, order execution only, portfolio management styles, active versus passive. We are going to discuss that in the upcoming videos. Cross border clients, and then in the fourth module, client complaint handling and reporting, 6 questions would be there. Uh, the focus is on complaint handling framework, role of CIRO and provincial regulators, ombudsman for banking services and investments. If there is any issue, then if there is any issue, if a customer is having any issue, he can go to the ombudsman. Reporting of obligation and penalties, settlement restrictions and record keeping. And then the fifth module, market and company analysis. So we need to start with economic theories like Keynesian, supply side, monetarist, business cycle, inflation, interest rates, Bank of Canada, fiscal policy, economic indicators like consumer price index, labor data, company analysis like financial statements and disclosures, fundamental, technical, and quantitative analysis. We are going to do the basics of that. And then the market integrity, trade execution, and settlement. 13 questions would be there in the exam. UMIR, Universal Market Integrity Rules, we are going to discuss. Best execution, front running, market manipulation. So that is to be discussed in the upcoming classes. Gatekeeping obligations, order types, limit, market, IOC, FOK, stop orders, short sales. We are going to discuss all of them. You might be aware of them, but we are going to discuss all of them in detail in the future. Margin accounts, requirements, trade settlement and confirmations. And in the seventh module, there is securities, managed products and mutual funds. 21 questions would be there in the exam from this topic. So focus is on asset classes like equity, fixed income, cash, commodities, derivatives, gold, equity, common and preferred shares, fixed income products like bonds, treasury bills, strips, mutual funds, ETFs, REITs, fund facts, and ETF facts. We are going to discuss cost, fees, taxes, risk ranking, alternative investment, ESG products, crypto assets. We are going to discuss all that. Then in the eighth module, derivatives, 6 questions, only 6 questions would be there in the exam. So we are going to discuss forward, futures, options, swaps, CFDs, hedging, speculation, arbitrage, option pricing factors, derivative strategies like bullish, bearish, neutral, spreads. We are going to discuss all that. Derivative account documentation and prohibited practices. We are going to discuss. Ninth module, it's kind of important. 16 questions would be there in the exam. Conflict of interest and ethics, identifying and managing conflict of interest, disclosure versus avoidance, ethical responsibilities of dealers and representatives, outside business activities OBA, positions of influence, confidentiality, information barriers, cybersecurity. We are going to discuss all that. Maximum number of attempts allowed are 3. So after 3 failed attempts, you must wait for the prescribed cooling period and then re-enroll as per the CIRO rules, right? So what CIRO is actually testing? So CIRO does not test definition by rote, pure theory, academic finance formulas. You are not supposed to do that. CIRO is testing your ability to judge, right? So judgment ability is tested, ethics under pressure, suitability decisions. And then regulatory compliance in the real life situations. That is going to be tested, right? I hope you like the today's session. Download the free CIRO starter guide available in the description. I have attached the link. Please check the description. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Subscribe the CertSeries channel. Thank you and have a very nice day. Bye-bye.